Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm drawing my beloved pet cat Dusty, so let's get started. So there we have it, my gorgeous boy Dusty. He's such a sweetheart. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be without him, and I'm sure I'm going to talk about that a bit more later in the video, but I realised that I hadn't actually done much artwork celebrating him, so I had to change it with this YouTube video. I start off by doing this little watercolour sketch, painting, whatever you want to call it, of him. I've got so many photos of his little face. He's just so cute. Very, very handsome, very, very photogenic cat, shall we say. But I haven't actually done much drawing of him. I think it's because he's with me all the time that I don't really feel like I need to, but I appreciate that I need to kind of celebrate him in some way and how cute he is and just get him down, you know. I tell people that if they have pets and they want to learn to draw from them, it's a really great tool to have, but for some reason I just haven't done much drawing of Dusty, and that really needs to change because he's been in my life for well over a year and a bit at this point, and I think he's just so splendid. He really is a delightful, delightful animal. Now, pet portraits have always been a massive passion of mine. It's where I really kind of took off when I started doing my art a few years ago. And I'm always keen to sort of pay homage to people's beloved companions. We spend so much time with these animals that we just want to worship them and we want them to be around forever. And you know, I've done a lot of, you know, portraits of pets that are still living, but I've also done a lot of memorial pet portraits, and I think it's this amazing thing that we have with our animals that we just love them so much and we can't bear the idea of them not being around anymore. And you know, it's a hard thing to think about, and I don't want to think about it too much obviously, because Dusty's he's about 11 years old now, which is not super senior, but it's on the older side of a cat's lifespan. But I'm just, you know, he's super healthy, he's super happy, even though he's only got 3 legs. That doesn't stop him at all. He's a very energetic, lively, cuddly, affectionate, and beautiful boy, so I thought I'd celebrate it. I'm always about celebrating our animals. We love our animals, we need to, and it's my passion. I love making paintings of people's pets because it's, you know, we love them so much and they deserve to be celebrated. Celebrated again. I'm using that word over and over again, but it's exactly how I feel. But yeah, so I had to do it today with Dusty because he's such a cutie. The exact reference I have in front of me is this gorgeous photo of him with his bandana on, and oh my god, does he look so cute in his little neckerchief. And it's amazing how, considering you know, we don't know him that well, like we've only known him for a year, and he's just so easygoing, and I'm sure most cats aren't like it. I've not grown up with cats, I've grown up with dogs, so I don't really, you know, I don't really appreciate that most cats are probably very similar to Dusty, but the most cats that I've met have not been very similar to Dusty. A lot of cats I've met have not been very pleasant, so I find it very unusual that Dusty is so kind of accepting of me just putting clothes on him. I thought it'd be good to throw in another video of old Dusty and tell you a little bit about him. I mean, we don't know much about his story. We know that he turned up in a barn on Dartmoor, I think. It must have been the summer of 2020. It makes me sad to think because that was the year where loads of people were turning to their animals and turning to animals and, you know, I guess rescuing animals and buying cats and stuff, and cats and dogs were getting homes everywhere, and Dusty lost his, and we don't know how it happened. All we know is that he has a microchip, and that there were people that were assigned to his microchip and they didn't answer the phone when someone went to call and find out whether he was missing. So it's clearly either someone chose to abandon him, or he just got lost and for some reason the numbers didn't work anymore. I don't know. But he turned up in a barn, and I think he was attacked by a dog, from what I know. From what I understand, he was injured in some way, which resulted in his front leg being kind of dislocated, and there was footage of him when he was at the vet's having this leg just limp and hanging off, so it was clearly never going to survive. But then it kind of came to my attention maybe after a year of having him, and we realised that there's a good chance, because of his injury, he wouldn't have been, he wouldn't have had the amputation unless someone came forward to adopt him. And when I had this realization and I thought about what a wonderful animal he is, it made my heart break to think that he wasn't wanted, and he could have very easily been put to sleep because his injury was so severe, if it hadn't been for us fortuitously finding that he was looking for a home. We weren't looking for a cat. It was my partner's brother that was looking for a cat. And he was looking for a younger animal, and Dusty came up, and it was aware that he was going to have his leg taken off, and Ollie's, my partner's brother said, I don't know if I'm capable of taking on a three-legged cat. And my partner and I turned to each other and we said, why don't we just foster him for a bit? We'll just take him in, because we're not planning to stay in, where we are at the minute. We're planning to move, and it won't be fair. And 2020 just happened, 2021 was coming, we don't know what's going on. We can't agree to keep him, so we thought we'd foster him. That was a wonderful idea until I met him. Now, considering I'm not a cat person and I'd never owned cats, I don't know what it's like to own cats, I was not sure what to expect. And then we had Dusty the first day, and we let him out in the bathroom, where we kind of given him a private space so that he could just hang out in a safe, small environment without being too overwhelmed. And I sat on the floor with him, and within maybe a minute or so of him leaving the carrier, he was purring, and then he came up to me with his big old zipper worth of stitches and staples all the way down his side, and he put his remaining front leg on my leg, and he reached up with his little nose and he just gave me the biggest headbutt and head boop that I didn't know what to do. And not being a cat person, I was like, what is this? Is he gonna bite me? What's this all about? And when I spoke to a friend about, what does this mean? It's she made me realise that that's him kind of saying thank you in his way, and I was just so overwhelmed. And in that moment, whilst I thought that, we'll just foster him, I think in that moment I went to my partner and I just said, we're keeping him. We have to keep him. We'll make our life fit around this amazing cat. And in that moment we were like, no matter where we go in the world, this Tripawd is coming with us. He's so special to us now, and I wouldn't be without him. And a lot of plans went awry in 2020 and 2021. We had a whole life planned out ahead of us. We were going to go to New Zealand, and we were going to go work there for 2 years, and that was going to happen in 2020. And then everything hit the fan, obviously, and plans changed, and for ages I was so bitter about it. I was so mad and upset that the plans we had, and the plans that so many people had across the world, were being scuppered by this weird thing that was going on. But then Dusty came into our lives, and before I knew it, it didn't matter anymore, because we had this little character that depended on us, and whatever it was going to take, we were going to make sure that our life would be able to revolve around him. And I'm fine with it. Like, of course, it don't matter what my plans were going to be, because as much as we like to make plans, and I think goals are fantastic, things happen. Life gets in the way, and often, if you know, you can have the best plan in the entire world that you can see coming to fruition, but something's going to get in the way, and we're tested and we're challenged all the time by random life events. But the benefit of those things is that we get to grow with those events. You know, they throw us off, they make us bitter, they make us angry. But when we can look at it, you know, I think it's hindsight. I know a lot of it is hindsight, but I encourage you, if you're going through something at the minute that is there to challenge you, is, you know, if you're feeling tested and frustrated and angry at things, that's normal and it's to be expected. I encourage you, as much as you can, to try and see the positives in those things. I know it's easier said than done, but you don't know necessarily until after the fact that something was going to, you know, something brilliant was going to come out of that situation. I'm sounding super pretentious, and I'm very aware of that, but I think it's just because I'm feeling so emotional about my cat. I think ultimately I saw 2020 going very differently. I think you did. I think the entire world, no matter where you were, where you are now, saw that year going very differently. And ultimately it ended up where we are now. No matter whether, you know, good things or bad things happened, they just happened, and we have to take them in our stride, because otherwise we could let it eat us up, and we could end up being so, you know, overwhelmed with everything and being cross with everything, and it's not helpful, it's not productive, and ultimately it just leads us to spiraling the drain and getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm not saying, oh, just be happy, because that's not the solution. Obviously, if you're unwell, then you need treatment, and you know that goes for, you know, medical, physical, whatever. If you're experiencing something that's challenging you and you can't see the light in it, and you think that maybe you need to go and get help, I encourage you to do so. Like, just go get help, because there are people out there who will be able to help you. And I think, I mean, what it's all culminated in is that 2022 has become, for me, this amazing thing. I am very excited that I'm working on my coaching accreditation, and I can't wait to launch this properly. But what it means is that I'm using my experiences going through, you know, pretty rubbish year, and coming out the other side with, you know, my freelance artistry, with a mindset and clarity that I didn't realize I'd ever have, with this ability to motivate myself better than, you know, I've ever been able to motivate myself, and turning that into a program, an experience to help other people in my position to achieve everything that they want. My specific focus is going to be women like myself experiencing burnout or a sense of despair, to achieve fulfillment with their artwork, you know. And I find that art is the thing that makes me feel the most fulfilled, and I guarantee it, there's people out there listening to this that are going to go, I wish I could do my art more, I wish I could be more motivated to do my art. And if you're that kind of person, don't leave me, stay tuned, keep up with me, you know, join me on Instagram, join me on Patreon, join me on all of these platforms, because I've got some amazing things coming for you. And if you're willing to invest in yourself, invest in, you know, a program, a coaching program that will help you find that clarity, I've got the tools for you, and I cannot wait to finally get my accreditation and to help people like yourself, you know, achieve fantastic things. I want it for you so much. Success is in your future, and I want to be there for you, because I've been through some rough patches, and I'm sure you have too. I've come out the other side, and I want to show you how to do it as well. So if this resonates with you, do go check out my Discord. I'll link it in the description. like this video, subscribe, find me on Instagram. If you want to support me and you want to get more up-to-date information, go join my Patreon. That's what it's there for. It's for people like you, and they've got access to my private Facebook group. I'm going to have a public Facebook group aimed specifically at creative women looking for fulfillment. And if that sounds like you, keep an eye out, because it's going to be perfect for you. It's all about, empowering each other, having all these women come together, and, creative people come together to celebrate their creativity and to find the passion to get back on track with it. I'm there for you. I believe in you, and I want so much for you to achieve this kind of amazing experience that I've managed to reach. I think it's possible for everyone, and this video's kind of gone kind of weird. It's not gone where I expected it to. I've gone from talking about my three-legged friend to telling you that I will coach you through some of the hardest things that you might be going through right now, because I want you to achieve success, especially if you're an artist, if you're a creative person. I want you to achieve that, and I believe in you, and I have the tools that will help you. So stay tuned and subscribe and all of that jazz. You found your tribe. If you're looking for a tribe of people or a person to guide you through those tough times, I'm there for you. I've got your back. I believe in you. So with all that rambling, I know it's kind of distracting, and I don't blame you if you've gone a bit, I'm tired of this, or you've zoned out completely, because that's legit. That's completely legit. So I might just kind of zone out for the last few minutes, let you carry on watching this video. And thank you so much for joining me. And if you're the kind of person who thinks, do you know what, I'm gonna invest in myself, I'm gonna approach me, if you're gonna approach me and you want to drop me a message and just want to chat, please do so, because that's what I'm here for. That's what my job is as a coach, is to encourage people like yourself to bridge the gap and make amazing things happen. So yes, I will speak to you soon. I'll let you digest that, and I'll see you hopefully on Discord, Patreon, Facebook, whatever it is. And I love you very much. So bye bye, I'll see you soon.
Thank you.